You're listening to Little Known Chronicles. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. What if the government could rewrite your memory, your personality, even your will, and you'd never know it happened? For over 20 years, the CIA tried exactly that under a program called MKUltra. It started in the early 1950s. The Cold War was heating up, and American officials feared enemy nations had discovered ways to control the mind, brainwashing prisoners of war, extracting confessions, controlling behaviour. So in 1953, the CIA authorised a program to catch up and go further. Its goal: find ways to control human behaviour, memory and will. It was given the name MKUltra. The man in charge was a chemist named Sidney Gottlieb. Over the next 2 decades, he'd oversee dozens of experiments, many of them on people who never agreed to take part. Researchers tested drugs, hypnosis, sensory deprivation and electroshock, all in search of one thing: a way to break down a person's mind and rebuild it under someone else's control. That was the unsettling part. Some subjects were ordinary people, given drugs in drinks or food, with no idea anything had changed, just to observe how they'd react. One offshoot, known as Operation Midnight Climax, went even further, using safe houses to dose unsuspecting individuals and observe the effects, all without their knowledge or consent. Other experiments used isolation and sensory deprivation, cutting subjects off from sound, light, and time itself to study how the mind reacted when it had nothing to hold on to. In 1953, an army scientist named Frank Olson was secretly given LSD without his knowledge as part of the program. Days later, he died after falling from a hotel window. His family wouldn't learn the true story for over 20 years. MKUltra didn't stay confined to CIA labs. It quietly reached into universities, hospitals and prisons across North America, often through funding that hid its real purpose. In Montreal, a psychiatrist named Ewan Cameron received CIA funding for his own research. He believed he could erase a person's memory entirely, then rebuild it from scratch. His method, called psychic driving, involved drugging patients into unconsciousness for weeks while playing the same recorded phrases over and over, sometimes for months at a time. Many of these patients had come to Cameron for routine treatment, anxiety, depression. They had no idea what they were actually agreeing to, if they were even asked at all. By the early 1970s, growing internal concern and the CIA's own doubts about what the research had actually achieved led to MKUltra being scaled back, then formally shut down in 1973. That same year, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered most of the MKUltra files destroyed. For a while, it looked like the full story would disappear along with them, but in 1977, a batch of financial records was found by accident, filed in the wrong place, overlooked when the rest were destroyed. It was enough to confirm the program had existed. Victims and their families pursued lawsuits for decades afterward. Some received settlements. Many never got a full account of what had been done to them, or why. MKUltra remains one of the clearest reminders of what can happen when secrecy and power go unchecked. Most of what we know came from documents that were never supposed to survive. It raises an uncomfortable question. How much don't we know yet?